Wow, you know what I realized this morning? I am worn out because this has been a social week for us. This has truly been the first almost sort of normal week we've had in almost a year.
Yeah.
We did something Monday night. Oh, we saw a friend Monday night because he helped me learn how to edit. And then we had dinner guests on Tuesday, just a couple. And then on Wednesday, we met another couple, as you all know if you watched yesterday. And then yesterday, I had a late in the afternoon meeting with another person. So, wow.
We did our, what was it, just over a mile
And we walked last night. Yeah,
for the first time in a couple of weeks.
I am out of practice with being so busy. So, that's it. Who cares? Let's turn this off. So, it's time to wrap up Dr. Mary's birthday week. Your birthday feels like it was months and months ago. So, you know, Fridays are all about going back and looking back at the week, seeing if there are tidbits of learning to take into the weekend. So here's some questions for you to consider. 1 year can be both painfully long and end in the blink of an eye. Spend some time with photos from your favorite moments in the past. In looking at them, can you find gratitude for your memories as well as gratitude for the present, even if it's difficult? We talked about on Monday. We went back and looked at the pictures from Bath, because that's where we were a year ago. And, you know, it brought me a lot of joy because I've really missed traveling, as I know many, many people have. But it brought me a lot of joy to go back and look at those pictures.
It did.
And it wasn't the same as being there, although, you know, it's a lot cheaper. And you don't put on the same amount of weight looking at pictures. So I think it was lovely.
It was, and another thing to look back on today. I'll take a moment here to a year ago. A year can make a lot of difference. So, Tristan, congratulations.
Yes, Tristan.
Friend of ours, 1 year sober today. So many, many congratulations.
Amazing achievement. He was a guest of ours, I think, before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his story is as remarkable as everybody's sobriety story is. So congratulations, Tristan, and many, many more.
So if you do know him and you haven't seen his post on Facebook, it's worth reading. It's a very
I think it was yesterday.
Story. No, I saw it this morning.
Okay. But yes, it is. And you know what? I'll repost our conversation with him because it's a great conversation. And just another important reminder of how people come to sobriety. All right. Second question. Life doesn't get easier, but you do get stronger. Take a look back at the past year and reflect on what you've accomplished, what you've lived through. What are the things you've learned because of this idea? Some people have survived really terrible things. We've survived some very minor things, but some people have had truly catastrophic years, and many of those people are still able to look back with gratitude, with a feeling of some kind of accomplishment. So take some time and really think about your year and think about what you've learned and where you are because of what you've gone through. Even bad experiences can teach good lessons.
Yep.
In fact, that's where most of our lesson learning comes from, unfortunately. All right, third question. Dr. Mary said, some way to turn 47, huh? And the woman checking him into Prairie St. John said, but what a way to start your 47th year. These two sentences taken from the same day are dramatically different in their philosophical approach. One bemoans an event, one celebrates the possibilities. Where in your life do you need to shift the lens from negative to hopeful?
Well, that's very good.
I know. Well, that's such a powerful idea because, boy, if you don't go into treatment or into something scary with hope, I don't know how you can possibly think you're going to accomplish it. You have to believe that you are going to be successful, or what's the point, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
But, as I have said many times, you can feel seemingly disparate ideas simultaneously. You can be hopeful and afraid. You can be happy and sad. You can be comfortable and uncomfortable. We are complex beings. And so it's not stupid to say, oh no, I only have hope. You also had fear going into prayer.
Yes, I did.
And it would have been ridiculous for you not to, because you don't have to have lived with addiction to have a general sense that recovery is not often very successful for many, many people. So to go in with no anxiety, dread, fear would have just been sort of dumb of you. And you're not dumb. I was going to say you're nothing but dumb.
Yes, no.
That's not true.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're nothing if not a moron.
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. So, where in your life do you need to shift the lens from negative to hopeful?
That's very good.
It might be something as simple as if you are not currently working and wish that you were. You could berate yourself for not working, or you could use it as an opportunity to really do some personal development and to start to prepare for whatever phase of your life is next. It doesn't need to be as epic as recovering from addiction. All right, next question. This is inspired by the commonly well conversation that we've actually brought up a couple of times, because I also think this idea is so powerful. What is the state of your personal infrastructure? Are you proactively taking care of it, or are you responding to problems after they arise? Where can you shift that? So if this is your infrastructure, which it is, then how are you taking care of it? Are you building better roads, or are you filling in potholes? Because I think you want to be building better roads. We go to spin in part because you're neurotic about it.
Well, I'm not neurotic about
It's
it.
a little bit neurotic about
It just
it.
helps me sleep, and it's good exercise. So, you know.
But we also go to spin as a proactive measure. You come from a long line of men who do not live very long into life.
No, they do not.
And I am bound and determined to not be on my own actually in fewer than 10 years. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are being proactive. We're being as proactive as we can be, as healthy as we can be. We're eating as well as we can. We're enjoying as much as we can. We're sleeping. We're doing everything we can right, because you have biology working against you a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So,
And, you know, it's easy to get some exercise. You don't have to join a gym or buy yourself some spandex or something. All you could do is... It's free.
I would encourage you not to buy spandex.
And you might think, well, I can't walk outside. You don't have to. Go to the Park District.
They've got a
Fargo
bunch of
South
tracks.
has an indoor track. Walk
Yeah.
around that 12 times. That's a mile. That's if you can do that every other day, and it won't cost you a penny. Sorry, a cent.
We also have pennies, Dr. Mary.
It won't cost you anything. It's free.
Yes, it is. And, you know, everybody's pretty much wearing masks, and it's a great big open space, so it
it's
feels safe.
Perfectly safe. You
Yeah.
can and just 12 laps. You don't have to say I have to do this in 8 minutes. You can take 2 hours to walk.
Well, and the other thing that you can do is, if that seems boring, because a track is kind of tedious, then find a podcast that you like and listen to that on your walk, or find a walking buddy. And
someone to talk to.
someone who also holds you accountable. My friend Amy uses this word, which I love, an accountability buddy. We all need an accountability buddy. I would not still be going to spin if not for my accountability buddy. So I am both grateful and irritated, which is again one of those complex dichotomous abilities that we all have.
It's a double-edged sword there, isn't it?
So figure out your infrastructure. And I think the important thing is it's never too late to start. So you could be 85 and you could start walking. Think about the guy in England who set the goal, the 100-year-old who set the goal to walk, 100 laps?
Yeah.
And he wanted to raise 1,000 pounds for the National Healthcare Service. And he ended up raising like 3.5 million pounds.
37 million.
37 million pounds. And he got knighted.
Yeah, he was a World War II veteran. got knighted by the Queen. Unfortunately, died of COVID a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, but
It was 100.
Look what he did
Yeah.
at the very end of his life. It is never too late to assess your infrastructure and get started. Never. All right. Next question. What does a day of moderation look like for you? Are there areas you need to work to moderate or just be present and conscious of? I'm trying to think if I had anything this week that I was pretty immoderate about. Did you?
Cheesecake.
No. Come on, that cheesecake lasted.
Oh, it did. It did for me, anyway.
Yeah, it was 4 days. I mean, 4 people ate the first slices of it. Then you had that Binky birthday piece.
Oh, yes. Don't forget the Binky birthday
No,
piece.
I think that that's actually quite impressive.
Oh, I take that back then.
I think there was something I kind of chomped on unnecessarily this week, but I can't think what it was. Oh, I can't really feel bad about this because it's one of my 2 main primary protein sources. But I ate a ton of cashews this week. A ton. I was on Zoom calls kind of back to back to back. So I just put this big container of them next to me. That was a lot of servings of cashews. So, consequently, I got up and went to spin and tried to complain a little less. All right, last question. Have you and your partner or your significant other or your whatever relationship you want to
Accountability
use,
buddy or
your
whatever that is.
accountability buddy, have you and your partner defined how you are nurturing your relationship? Is there a line that you together will not cross? And what areas do you need to focus on and tend to? I believe that the best relationships still have places where they can stop, assess, discuss, and come up with a new plan. Don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So much of Daily Dose, as we referenced yesterday, is about checking in with each other. We just happen to do it publicly. But, wow, we're a better couple for having done this stuff.
I think so.
We know more about each other. We've discussed some hard things in the spirit of the program. We've met some incredibly interesting people.
Yeah, we have.
And we've just done a lot of development for ourselves on ourselves. So think about that. And again, it's never too late. You could have been married for 60 years. Guess what? There are things about each other you still don't know. There are things about your relationship you've not explored. So go ahead and do that this weekend. As always, if you want the newsletter that will have this question, it will have a recap of the 5 videos and other content, let me know. You can just put in the messages today or in the comments today that you would like to get that. You can put your email in, or if you don't want to do that, I'll reach out to you on Messenger and we'll get it taken care of. But thanks for watching this week. We are seeing our numbers start to go up, which is exciting.
It is.
It's really exciting. It shouldn't matter, except that it does. So if you find value in this content and would share it, that would be amazing. And if you want to know how to do that, let me know and I'll create you some little text and all kinds of things. I'm happy to work with you on that because it serves all of us to see this work get out and about into the community. Have a happy weekend. Enjoy the nicer weather.
Weekend, yeah.
We'll see you soon. Well,
Take
we'll see you
care.
Monday. Bye.
It's a sad day last night, actually, Lola.
Why?
We finished off my birthday cheesecake.
Oh. That was disappointing for you.
And you enjoyed it too.
I don't really care about cheesecake. I think cheesecake's overrated, actually. It's fine. It's not worth the fat to me. I'm not totally sure what is worth the fat to me
There's fat in
besides double cream. Just a little.
Like cheesecake and double cream, would you go for that?
No. Scones and clotted cream, that's worth the fat.
Yeah, I can see that.